Hello, in this video I would like to share with you different types of cast-on stitches that I use in my work. So number one is the most common. I'm sure a lot of you know it, but still I would like to start with from that one. So this is the short end that goes around my thumb, and the long end that goes to the skein goes around my pointer finger. Usually you have to, this end, should be 4 times longer than you need, but I usually take even longer, because I like long ends. It's easier to hide them at the end of the work. So now I always start like this. I know not many people start like this, but this is stitch number 1, then I make stitch number 2, and at the end I have 2 stitches on my needle. So again, I'll show you again. So that's a standard way of holding. So needles go under the stitch, under the yarn between the fingers. Then I pick from the thumb and then from the pointer finger, pull it through and tighten it. These are 2 stitches. Then I continue the same way, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9, 10. I will make 10 on each. Now I will make a couple of rows out of camera, because I would like to show you the differences, how the same stitches look with the different cast on. So this is how it looks. I made a couple of rows, I think 10 or something, and that's how the end looks. One side, and that's another side. Cast on. Now next type is exactly the same, but I use several plies of yarn around my thumb. I'll show you. It makes it chunky and really beautiful. So this is 3, 4, 5, and 6, for example. Now, how that should be placed around your fingers. So these several plies of yarn you put around your thumb, and end of this ply put under, and single yarn should go again around your pointer finger, and start exactly the same way. But this time bottom will be very, very chunky and very, very thick. So this is the end of a ply, and now continue the same way. Goes exactly like type number 1. And one more. I don't have more yarn here. Here. See how chunky it is? It makes a beautiful neckline, for example. If you want, if you're planning to make a chunky sweater, it's a good idea to, and you're starting from the top, for example, it's a good idea to cast on stitches this way, or sleeves also. They look very nice. So now I will make again a couple of rows off the camera. Here it is. That's how it looks, the cast on row. This is absolutely beautiful, and it is the same type of cast on, but see how different it looks, because here I have how many ply? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ply of yarn, and here is just a single. So number 1, it's my numbers. So this is number 1, this is number 2. Now I'll show you my number 3. Again, you need several ply, as to fold your yarn several times. So again I have here 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And first stitch is exactly the same as on the type 2 as here, but then it changes. This multiple yarn part goes around my thumb, and the single yarn again goes around my pointy finger. Now cast on that way. So beginning is exactly the same. So pull all this yarn, turn around and tighten it. I have to tighten it. This end is too long. Tighten it. Now this is just an end. Now the yarn around your pointy finger does not change the direction. Only yarn around your thumb changes. So this time you put it around like this and pick yarn from inside. Oops, sorry. From inside and do exactly the same. Pull it in between and tighten it. Now back to the first position, and now again second position, and again first, and again second. Tighten it, and again first and second, and again first and second, first and second. It creates a beautiful chunky end. Look at this, like a chain. See? Again. In and a change. Out. First. Second. Again first. And second, and so on. So I'll make a couple of more stitches, and then I will knit a few rows of the camera again. So I will not enough yarn. Okay, so that's it. Now I will knit a couple of rows of the camera. So here how it looks. I made a couple of rows of the camera, and this is the end. See the cast on end. It is beautiful, absolutely, and for some projects, of course. So this is chunky and this is chunky, but they are very different. Not only because yarn is different, but also the look. This looks like a chain, and this looks like a zigzag or something, right? But all three of them are stretchy. See, all of them are stretchy. So depending on the project, on my project, I use different types of cast on. Now I want to show you one more in this video. For next type of cast on that I also use, I need needle and a hook. First, you don't need the long end here, because it's a completely different way of cast on. So first I'm putting I needed 2 stitches on my needle. Then do not tie them, don't tighten them. Now I put needle in my left hand, and with a hook, which I pull between these stitches, exactly between these stitches. See, I need a long end that goes to the skein, and I pull this stitch. through this and put it on the needle. And do not tighten the last stitch because you still need to put the hook in between. After you put the hook between the stitches, now you can tighten it. And now pull yarn again and put it on your needle. Do not tighten it again. And again, hook goes between, pull the yarn and put it on the needle. Do not tighten, now tighten it. And put it again, and so on. Не затягивайте последнюю петлю, пока крючок не войдет между петлями. Now pull the yarn. Now tighten. Теперь затяните и вытяните опять петельку. And so on. And again, if it is tight, the last stitch, it's just very difficult to put the hook between them. After you put, you can tighten, and that will be the size of your, it's just a control for the size of your stitches. And put it up, and again, now tighten, pull through, and put on, and again, now tighten, pull it through, and put it on. That's it. That's how that looks. Now I will make a couple of rows again off the camera to show you how it looks. So here it is. I made a couple of rows, and that's how that looks. It's type number 4 in my counting. So it's almost unstretchable, you see? It's almost, and that's it. I cannot go more than that. It holds it. Comparing to previous 3, this is type number 1. See how stretchable it is? This number 2 with a chunky, and see, it's like a spiral more, not a zigzag as I said earlier. It's more like a spiral, and this like a chain, also very stretchy. And this is unstretchable basically. So depending on your project, you can choose any of these cast on, different types of cast on. So in next video I will show you more types that I use also. But this is but that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.